G'day guys, we've got Al here, owner of the Real Dad Movement. Got a special guest joining me today. We've got James, or as we like to call him, Buzz. Buzz has been with us since the start of our Real Dad Movement, and he's had some amazing progress and really developed himself and creating shifts and habits that have opened up some great opportunities and possibilities moving forward. And that's what it's about here with the community and what we have. Like-minded dads coming together, realising that they need to invest in themselves first and creating that shift, and then ultimately they're going to be the heroes to their kids and be leading their family. So thanks for joining us today, Buzz. Appreciate
you. No worries at all.
Yes.
No worries at all.
Let's start with yourself, mate, and your story, and I guess where you were before you started, and a bit of your background.
I'm 42. I've got 3 kids. The eldest is 10, the youngest is 4. About a bit over 2 years ago, I was a very heavy smoker. I was 16 kilos heavier than I am these days. Made a lot of changes. The changes had not started to reverse, but the motivation to keep pushing forward had started to slow down. And that's when I came across Alex and his proposal for the Real Dad Movement.
Very good, mate. What were some of the issues that you were facing, I guess problems that you had, mate, that wanted you to reach out and look for some sort of change?
I'm an accountant by trade. Just back off, mate. I'm an accountant by trade, so I sit on my backside all day, and there's also that temptation to eat badly. It's much easier to eat badly. I've got a wife who's a shift worker, so again, the time limitations, I suppose. And I sort of felt like I was getting into a rut that I wanted to avoid getting into.
Yeah, right. Did you feel like if you didn't make some sort of change that this would ultimately have some sort of effects, or chances where this would have an effect on your kids and what they saw as they grew up?
Oh, definitely. I mean, as a dad, you want to motivate your children to be the best they can and to give them the best opportunities in life. And if I'm someone that's always sitting on the sideline, I was never going to be able to be that role model, I guess is the best way of putting it.
And what had you tried in the past, mate? Like what were some practices or methods that you tried that obviously hadn't hit the spot for you?
Oh, just the whole trying to set my own exercise things, to set my own diet things, without the understanding, I guess is the best way to put it. Everyone knows what it means to eat healthy, but not only eating healthy, but eating enough for functioning and just general life.
And mate, I guess and that's one of the points I'll touch on here with the Real Dad Movement. You can share your experience in a minute, but how have you found so far in terms of the protocol and the programs that we have done? Have they been restrictive or extreme or too unachievable or overwhelming?
Not at all. I mean, some of the other dads had problems with the paperwork side of it, but that's all been dialed in or tuned in a little bit is a better way of putting it. And it's about finding time, but in life you've got to find time for yourself as well anyway. And the Real Dad Movement really encourages finding that time to make yourself better for the rest of the world, the rest of your family, your kids and everything like that.
Not only crunching numbers with work, mate, you're doing crunches in the gym as well.
V sit-ups. No.
Oh, brutal, aren't they? Them and the dragon flags, mate.
No.
Who comes up with it? Really, mate. Well, look, let's fast forward. 4 weeks you've been with us now. And how have you found it, mate? Both the group, the environment within the group, the content, and myself as a coach. How have you found it?
Wow, that's a lot of questions in one go there, Alex. I'll start with the group. It's a group of like-minded dads, and that's a lot different to, at 42, you go into a gym and you go to a class or something, and you could be there with 18-year-olds that aren't in the same point of life as you. They've got, possibly better fitness, better recovery potential. So this group's more focused on that dad age. So we're all fairly similar in age group. We all bounce ideas off each other. The banter between us is at that similar sort of level. It's a great group of blokes.
And the flow of the group into the content and what we actually do as well, and how we run the week-to-week programming.
Yeah, it is. It's the week-to-week programming keeps you on track and makes you accountable. It's, you know, everyone should be accountable to themselves, not tell themselves lies. But it's also good to have that group to feedback on, to get feedback from, and to be accountable to another. I guess it's like being a member of a team. It's you know, it's not just you. It's the rest of the team that you could be letting down if you're not putting in the effort.
Yeah, it's funny to mention that concept about team. When you look at it and dive right into it, there's elite athletes and performers in the world. They all have their own team and their own coaching system. So who are we to think that we're greater than them within our own right, that we don't need that as well? And how have you found myself as well, mate, as a coach and a leader sort of pushing this movement forward?
Okay.
And be honest, mate.
time for some honesty.
Yes.
When you first meet Alex, he comes across as full on. That's the best way of putting it. But you get to know him a bit and you learn that it's not a matter of him being full on. It's a matter of him being passionate about what he does and have the information behind him to back up what he's saying that he just wants to pass on to everyone. And so, it can come over on very strong initially, but you get to know him and it's the passion that's there, and it's the passion that drives all us dads to keep on going.
No, thanks for not bagging out my dad jokes as well, mate.
I think we've all in that boat, mate.
The picture of the mushrooms, mate, that was a cracker. That was good, but no, I appreciate that, mate. And look, I am a gentle giant. That's something that I try and communicate with our dads as well. Like, I can be the big man, the tough man, and beat my chest, and we all can be. I think that's the problem in society, though. There's no strength through vulnerability, or at least not expressing and encouraging that with men. Everyone has to, especially men and fathers, they have to suppress their emotions, suck it up, be tough, sacrifice everything for the family, and that's certainly different to what we're about, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, definitely it is. I guess it's breaking that traditional societal role of the male in the family as well. That like you said, to show some emotion, to break down the requirement to act tough all the time. It's, you know, tough could actually be showing that your kids that you can shed a tear.
Absolutely. And how do you think a movement like this, sort of moving forward in society, how do you think this will impact both yourself, all the other dads you have on board, and as the community grows, do you think this will have a bigger impact on the children and the wives and our community as a whole?
Oh, I'm sure it will. And this is the thing, it's a movement that can grow. We're dads out there, we don't necessarily communicate that, you know, traditional male communications at, you know, the school barbecue where we're standing around the barbecue having a beer or something like that. Well, this movement could give a whole new concept to blokes catching up in, you know, instead of the women's running group, it could be a blokes gym group or something like that, that you just don't hear a lot about those sort of groups currently occurring. You know, we've got the map that shows where all the other members are. I'm in the ACT. I went up to Sydney on the weekend for a catch up with the boys because I wanted to meet them and catch up, and instead of them just being a face on the computer. So, you know, this gives a whole new opportunity for like-minded blokes to have a forum to achieve goals, to meet other blokes that are in the same situations.
Absolutely, mate. And there's really strength in that community. Just yourself showing it, you know, driving up or you're trekking up from the ACT to meet the other fellas, and it was a good catch up. And
yeah,
hopefully next year we might be able to organise some sort of national get together. But we've got dads in Victoria as well, and we've got dads who starting to come on board in South Australia as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, there's definitely strength in that group and that community, and it is different to look just having some sort of catch up or like you said, a barbie, or what we've been conditioned to in men sharing a little bit of information or barely talking and having very, very infrequent catch-ups. This has a lot of depth and sustenance. And someone watching, let's say, you know, we've got a dad here now, mate, who's watching this. It could be an advert, could be literally a page of testimonials or a Facebook post where I'm sharing your story. Either way, if someone's watching this, he's a dad and he's struggling with his life. Like, what would you say to him, mate, if he's looking for some sort of answer and he's tried the shakes, he's tried diets, he's tried all the things that money-making schemes have pushed on him, which have made him a failure to repeat and recycle the process, which isn't getting any better. This is the answer, and we've got dads living that. Like, what would you say to someone who's not sure about moving forward?
I'd say give this a go. Like a lot of people out there, I saw this as an ad on Facebook. And whenever you see an ad on Facebook, there's that level of uncertainty because there is so many ads in life out there. And I looked at your ad, actually did a little bit of internet research on you and went, well, why not? Well, I'll give Alex a go. And next minute you're giving me a call, and it wasn't a telemarketer or anything like that. It was you giving me a call, and it grew from there. It was taking that first step, that just having a go at something different. And you haven't pushed products on. You've suggested things that you tried, that you use yourself, that could be beneficial, but you haven't pushed products. You haven't tried to sell merchandise. It's not. I'm not sure what you're getting out of it, I suppose, is the best way of putting it.
No, I mean, look, my passion is people, mate, and I've shared that plenty of times, and I've shared that in our group when you guys are hitting PBs, dropping weight and feeling better, having more energy. Like, that literally gives me goosebumps, and that's what I love, and that's what gives me purpose, and then reinforces my certainty in what I want to do and achieve in this world, mate. And that's the why behind me. But the strength is in the title. It's real. Like I said, I gave you a phone call with the ad. Yeah, I'm sure it's because I was well dressed, mate. You got attracted to that. So I'll give that
the muscles.
Oh, mate. Yeah, I tell you what, looking at photos of me on, geez, you would have seen some pearls from the footy days.
There are a few. There are a few there.
I can't get them off because I didn't upload them. I don't know who has them. Maybe there's some crackers. It's pretty funny, really, especially the St. George Dragons ones. Mate, someone made a little button out of it. But
there's a few where you're getting carried off the field too.
No, yeah, mate. Geez, it wasn't a happy career, that's for sure. 9 ops in 6 years, mate. It was a learning curve for me, that's for sure. But no, look, thanks for sharing your story, Buzz, and really giving insight into what the group's about and your personal experiences, as well as giving your feedback and sharing what a dad could potentially do when he's looking at this and he feels stuck. Appreciate you being on here, mate, and thanks for sharing your time.
No, that's all good. It's all good. It's an enjoyable time.
Thanks, mate. And look, if you are a dad who's watching this now, just before we wrap up, I just want to say, look, there is an answer, there is a solution, and it's nothing that's going to be a quick fix or something extreme or something that's going to be expected for you to be out of your depths and ultimately damage yourself. This movement is real, and it's something that has life and depth to it through 3 focus points, which one is the training and nutrition and having the content and the structure and the value there that you can absorb it at a quick rate and an easy rate to move forward. And second, like Buzz touched on, is the community and the group of guys, all like-minded men, sharing their wins, their challenges, their learning curves, our funny Fridays with some awesome dad jokes. And then there's the coaching support and the structure and the clarity of what you're doing and moving forward and falling or failing forward, and understanding that instead of having bad days, they're character building days, and know you've got this big backbone of support through myself and the dads here. So if you're seeing this in any sort of format or way, and there's some sort of link or way to reach out, please reach out, because this is a movement that will change your life, and this should be the last thing that you need to do. Not trying and failing at many different things. Like, let's make this the last thing that you need to do, and let's take action and create a better future. We're just before Christmas in 2018, and these dads have an amazing opportunity moving forward to really carve out an amazing year in 2019. And I just want to thank you again, Buzz, for coming on, mate, and really appreciate your time. And,
no worries at all. I'm sorry you had to put up with the background of the fully functioning family trying to get ready for school.
That's all good, mate. That's what about, is it, though, mate? Being open and honest. There's no smoke and mirrors here, mate. It's all real, and love having you part of the group too, mate. You're definitely one of the forefronts and leaders in the group and kicking ass, mate. So I'll we'll leave it there. Thanks again for tuning in, guys, and hopefully we'll organise a call at some stage, and we'll see you on the other side. Cheers.
Too easy.